you wouldn't want to apologise for the decision. There are several athletes that have come out and they're devastated by the decision. We've spoken
I'm sure they're disappointed. Of course they are.
You owe them an apology. They've started training people. Small businesses have invested money.
Well, we are not investing billions and billions of dollars over and above the original budget to put these games on where it would be all cost and no benefit. Of course, I'm sorry that we find ourselves here. Right? I'm sorry that we are in this position. But I'm not going to apologise for not taking money out of hospitals and schools. But the easy thing to do is just push on. And it'll cost what it costs, and it's going to be a great event. And
but I don't think anyone's asking you to apologise.
Well, yes, you are.
Putting money into schools. I think
You're asking me to apologise for cancelling the games, and I'm not doing that because we're not running them. Because to run them is billions of dollars over and above the original budget, wiping out pretty well any legacy benefit. Instead, we're going to build 1,300 houses, provide the biggest worker accommodation fund the state's ever seen, as well as invest in community sport, grassroots sport, and upgrade facilities, and invest in sport, tourism and major events to keep our region strong. There's a lot on in regional Victoria. Like, regional Victoria is such a magnificent place, and we think it can be even stronger, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So, again, I understand people are disappointed. I'm disappointed. I would have much preferred to be able to deliver these games somewhere near that $2.6 billion number. That would have been a good outcome. But if we had, a couple of years ago, known and had it put to us, well, you can do the games and it's going to cost between $6 and $7 billion, well, our answer then would have been no, and our answer now is no. And that's where we find ourselves. Of course I understand that officials are disappointed, that athletes are disappointed, of course. I completely understand that. But we'd all be pretty disappointed, I think, if we were just to push on and go and invest billions and billions and billions of dollars over and above the budget to run an event where it's all cost and very little benefit.
So who's doing not for the cost?
That would not be. Well, I take responsibility for everything that occurs in our government, and again, this is a pretty volatile economy. You've got a lot of inflationary pressure. Estimates are just that; they're not actuals; they're estimates. Then you can put together a high-quality team. They do their best. They work hard. They provide you with what they believe to be a fair and reasonable expectation of costs. You then go and start the work of market soundings and requests for proposals and tallying up all the different elements of cost, and then you get what is close to an actual number. Now, this period right now is a unique opportunity because we have a very clear appreciation of the costs, but we've not signed any of the big contracts yet. So the notion that we would, wait around and have a protracted discussion back and forth for months and months and months, well, then you run into it so that people weren't saying they didn't know about it, right, to avoid that. Well, every day that you spend talking about this is a day that you haven't got to actually deliver it. So if you've made the decision is made, and you have to push on, and that's exactly what we have done.